Hey, brother Wes, what's up?
Oh man, I am ready for some reporting on how Thanksgiving went. How was your turkey day, Randy?
Well, turkey, we don't do turkey.
Okay.
I am a turkey. I've been called a turkey, but
Well,
I
I
don't
said
eat.
turkey day, not
That's true. Fair
necessarily
enough. All
eating
right.
turkey.
Okay, so yet again, the Dixie chick is right and I don't listen. There we go. Thanks for pointing that out. No, we do a little bit light and just never been the traditional Thanksgiving type people. I've done it in the past, done it with relatives, done it with parents way back in the day, but just we're a little bit more like um, light stuff, just light stuff. That's what we did. So
Well, Julianne and I will have been married 24 years this year, and we have never done a turkey together.
really,
Not a
wow,
once. No,
no
we've
kidding.
done dozens of spiral cut hams. We've
Yeah, I like
had
him.
turkey breasts, like a make your own bar,
Mm-hmm.
where you make which by the way, if you're going to eat turkey, I love a leftover turkey with put a little bit of stuffing, a little bit of cranberry,
Oh yeah.
and make a sandwich out of it. That's good
Mm-hmm.
loving,
Oh, that's
but
good right there.
that's the best
That
part
is
of,
good.
Thanksgiving is the leftovers. But yeah, I'd have to say we are very non-traditional as well. I mean, the biggest thing that we always do, and I'll tell you, I'm a gigantic sap. We usually don't decorate until we see Santa Claus in the Macy's parade, but
Oh, okay.
we've kind of changed the decorating. It sneaks in a little bit earlier, but that for me has always been the kind of kickoff from. I know it's still winter or it's still
Mm-hmm.
fall, but for me, the once that jolly fat guy, and I'm not talking about myself, I'm talking about
Oh, I was gonna say, what are you talking about?
I'm in red. I'm jolly, fat. But no, once we see him waving in the Macy's parade, and then we usually watch the dog show afterwards. That's kind of like the kickoff to Christmas in our house. So,
Got it.
yeah, I love that day. Thanksgiving, is just the best.
It is. Well, my mom, who's been gone for close to 27, 28, 29 years now, but she used to make dressing or stuffing, whatever you want to call it, with oysters and mushrooms in it.
Yeah, yeah, and
Mm,
probably in the bird,
mm,
right?
yes. Oh yeah,
Yeah,
put it in the bird, and I could dig all that and hog it all down with the gravy over just the stuffing
man,
and
that's good
scallop
stuff.
corn or scallop corn, whatever you want to call it. Oh, I could just forget the bird, just eat that stuff. And you're right, the cranberry salad or the cranberry whatever my mom used to make. Weird as this sounds, Jello, strawberry Jello with uh, pieces of strawberry cut into it, and then strings of little pieces of carrot, which is I know odd, but there's still good stuff. Good days, man. So
Any food that your mom makes is the food that like sticks out in your mind. Now, my mom got a little cuckoo in her last couple of years. She started doing some weird things, but she was salting her phone right before she went into the hospital. But yeah, she really was. That was one of the clues that something was going on. She wasn't
oh
getting enough
wow,
oxygen.
yep.
But yeah, mom food. I mean, is
Ah,
is just the best. Now, I will tell you, I probably wouldn't eat stuffing in a bird anymore. I've kind of lost the luster for that. It's kind of gone the way of the dodo.
mm-hmm.
But I do like stuffing.
Yeah, stuffing's good. It's just I know there's probably nothing overly health conscious about it, probably, but I think Thanksgiving Day is or Christmas Day is probably one of those days you can give yourself a break, right? Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it's from a like a I guess I don't know, almost like worried, about what's going to be inside that bird.
Yeah,
You
I'm not.
know,
I'm not big. There's some. Yeah, yeah. I don't like the thing as I think about it now. The concept of sticking it in the bird and then digging it back out of the bird.
yeah.
Just something about it is like not right for
No,
me.
I
Yeah,
did it
I
as a
agree.
kid. I mean, as a
Yeah.
kid,
Oh
I
yeah.
gobbled it down, and
Oh
you
yeah.
know, we used to have the gravy made from the drippings,
Hmm.
of
Oh
of
yeah.
of the
Oh
turkey.
yeah.
So all the above,
Yep.
probably wasn't from a bacteria is what the word I was
The
looking
word.
for.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
Standpoint, probably not the best. I mean, maybe
Probably
it
not.
cooked out, maybe it didn't, but
Yeah. I'm not big on chances though. I don't like
no,
chances.
no.
No.
I just anymore. I'm just as good with like I said, a spiral cut ham. Cut a
Hmm.
couple pieces of that off. Have all those other
Yep.
fixins, and then go the stovetop stuffing route. And
Call it a
this has
day.
turned into a cooking show. It's supposed to be
It
building
has been.
wins, not
It has been,
building
but
appetites.
building appetite. But I will tell you,
Hey, that might be a new show.
that could be, and we have appetites. But I used to have chicken with my dad and mom when I was growing up. That I'd watch my dad go catch the chicken and lay it over a little stump and hack its head off, and then we're eating it like 8 hours later. It's like I never liked that concept. I ate it still, but there was something about it didn't seem real if the chicken just came already packaged from the store, right?
Right.
But my dad's out there chopping its head off and plucking the feathers, and now that I think about it, I wouldn't do that today. I wouldn't.
If I had to eat what I killed, I would look like you, handsome and thin.
Oh, stop. Neither of the above, but that's very nice of you to say. So here we are, Thanksgiving, and now we've turned this into a cooking show, but the real purpose is, man, can you believe it's already Thanksgiving time? And you know, we say it every year, and we've been saying it for numerous Thanksgivings now since we've been together doing this crazy run, and it just keeps getting better, doesn't it?
It really does, Randy. And I have to tell you, we've been so blessed with the people that we've been able to get on the show, either first time, repeats, or in the case of people like Ben Gay, dozens, half a dozens of times. And it just, just keeps getting better. Just a couple episodes ago that we haven't actually aired yet, Marvin Montgomery was
Yep.
back again. I mean, just I sometimes have to pinch myself. I think about some of the highlights throughout the last year, and we're not
Oh.
even done with it yet. But being at a show and having Oak come up
Mhm.
to Carson and or I mean, just a myriad of other things. I mean, we are so blessed to have these incredible people in our lives, and they move us on a path that one thing leads into another, and then the next thing you and I started off 3-4 years ago in a mastermind group, and that has moved us into having a podcast, having books coming out,
Right.
going out and meeting Ben Gay, getting ready to write a book for Ben Gay. I mean, just
Right.
the stuff that we've been able to do so far. And the crazy thing is, Randy, and I know, when you make plans, God laughs, but we haven't even gotten started yet. I mean,
Right.
that's the thing that,
Oh,
I have to do this and pinch myself, because even though we've had this incredible journey so far, it's been an absolute minuscule amount of stuff, to what we actually have planned. I mean, which is, at some point sitting on a couple stools, James Taylor style, and hopefully, imparting knowledge onto a crowd.
yep, exactly. And it is, and you talk about like um, with Marvin on the other day, and with Ben, and you talked about Oak, and just recently Oak sent me a messenger and says, when are you going to be up in the Daytona Beach area again so we can get together again? Those are the kind of things that uh, you can't put a number on it. You can't put anything on it. We're blessed, and Thanksgiving is a time to talk about being blessed. And I've been blessed to get to know you and worked with you and consider you a pal and friend and brother, a food stealer nonetheless, but still, uh, putting that aside, it's been a great 4-year run or thereabouts. And like you said, and I noticed that whenever we was talking just pre-show today, and we're booked out a month and a half or so right now and I've got a whole list of prospective new guests going into February and March and beyond. Uh, at one point in time, I thought maybe 2 years ago or so, probably we're gonna maybe we need to go to twice a month or once a month because we're
Right.
we're certainly never you're gonna run out of guests, right? You would think, but we what I love about it is that we bring back people, repeat guests, not because we don't have other guests, because we got lots of them. I probably got a list of 10 or 12 right now to find time slots to record with. But we bring back people that doesn't mean anybody that hasn't been on wouldn't be worthy of being a repeat guest, because probably they all would be. But we have certain people we just we never get done with. Like Ben is one of them, right? We probably could do him about every other weekend. It would be a good time. So been blessed. That's the whole point, I guess. And there we go.
Well, I look at Ian, our buddy Ian Selby,
Hmm.
has been on the show numerous times, and when he puts his Brady Bunch coming soon image up, invariably there will only be one or two people at max that I recognize. So that just goes to show you that there are dozens and dozens and dozens of people out there, because I think he puts up 12 or 16 at a time.
Right.
And like I
Right.
said, I noticed the savvy sales lady in there just recently, and she was
Hmm.
the only one in the group I recognized.
Right.
So it's just one of those things that, you talk to him, and then you talk to one of those guests, and then they put you on to 3 or 4 more people. And like you said, I mean, you couldn't, we could do these shows for the next 50 years and not talk to everybody, Randy. And that's the beauty of it.
It is.
And every single time we make these new friends, because you brought up Oak, calling you when you go and you meet Oak and you get a signature. And by the way, this is not poo-pooing on, standing in line to meet Oak or catching him at a show or something. But there's a big difference between standing in line and getting a quick little, one-on-one. I'll give you a great example. I love Gary V.
Hmm.
He signed my books. I damn near sat on his lap, taking a picture, which explains the limp that poor Gary has. But,
That's it.
as much as I would like to think he remembers it, I know he doesn't. But I know that he also didn't seek me out at a show like Oak did.
Correct.
So when Oak calls you or comes and meets you at a show, that, like I said, that's the equivalent to me of Gary V calling me up and saying, "Hey Wes, what's the latest of social media or something." I mean,
Right.
so these personal interactions, when the people tell us, if there's anything we can do for you or reach out, they mean it. I
Hmm.
mean, and we have their numbers. I mean, we actually have them in our phones and have them on our LinkedIn and whatnot. And it's not just a connection; it's real.
Exactly.
So
Exactly.
I have to tell you, Randy, and I said this to the kids the other day. My wife said, Wes, you're one of the most thankful persons people that I've ever met. And because I'm very accommodating, to people, very, thank you, yes, ma'am,
Hmm.
no, sir, kind of a person. Just, from, I don't know, where that come from. My parents weren't exactly like that. I just have always been that way. But I think every day for the, ability to not only have the freedom and autonomy of working here in the war room, but being able to do it at my pace, the way I want. I mean, I work with the people I want only. I mean,
Hmm.
and so I don't for 1 second, because just 8 short years ago, that wasn't the case. I was
Right.
going into a job I didn't like. And so, now I have no commute and a job I love,
Right.
so I don't for 1 second, you brought up Thanksgiving. I am thankful every single day, not just Thanksgiving.
Right on.
You always say when you go to a funeral or something like that, where you meet people under duress, the very first thing that someone will say at some point in that day is, "Why don't we ever do this, another time,
Yes.
when it's not like this?" And then life gets involved and you're done. But I do it every day. I really do. I mean, it's
I know
not
you do.
just Thanksgiving I'm on a quote unquote, not, not an email, but in bed praying every night. I mean, I thank
Hmm.
God every single night for being able to have this life. So
Exactly.
Yeah, but we are too blessed to be stressed, without a
There
doubt.
you go. There you go. We are, and we really are practicing what we talk about a lot is do what you love and love what you do, right? And that's so important. And it's a lot of people struggle to get to that. It's a commitment you have to make, and sometimes it's a leap in faith that you have to take. Uh, but and my final words on this or final thoughts is, but thinking about what we were just talking about is the value, the value of networking. And that's what we've just been talking about for the last 10, 12 minutes is networking, right? And not networking just to add another person to your Rolodex, so to speak, right? But networking to actually have real quality people in your life and the quality people that they bring to your life. And that's a key. And I just absolutely, one of my favorite things to do is to be able to find time or find an opportunity, I guess I should say, to connect with people that we've connected either here on the show or whether I've connected with via social media. Nothing better um, than actually being able to meet up with folks that you've maybe communicated with for 3 or 4 years, and you finally meet them, and that's the value. And we talk about it a lot, buddy. The value of virtual is when you meet them. I've never walked in and looked around and go, I wonder where whoever is. The second you see them, you're both jumping up and running over to give each other a handshake or a hug because it's like you've known them for years, right? And that's the beauty of virtual that you and I talk about a lot. And if anybody gets two things out of today's show, one is be thankful for a great year and be blessed and hopeful for another one. But take advantage of all those things virtually and the people that you meet out there. Don't just be in the town they're in and not reach out. Like for example, we talked about Marvin Montgomery. If I well, I'll go different. I'll go different. My book editor, um, uh, she's in the Cleveland area, and I posted something about being in mentor for a meeting here a while back. It wasn't 10 minutes later, I'm getting a DM from her, like you were in Cleveland and didn't come see me, right?
Right.
As it turned out, I couldn't because of the circumstance. I was traveling with somebody. But the point of all that is those things are real and they're important and they're fun to do, right? I guess that's the long version of that.
No, they are, and you're exactly right. And it's kind of funny too. I'll keep it extremely short, but because we want everybody to be able to
Yep.
get to their Thanksgiving weekend. But some of my best friends I've never met. I mean, and that's the truth. I mean, whether it be Tim Lord, Marvin Montgomery, a myriad of other
Mm-hmm.
people that we've dealt with, over time, we've never actually, shook hands. I mean, and
Yep.
that is a true testament to just how small the world is.
It is. And a final point, so we can let everybody go eat turkey or ham or pistachio salad or something. A mutual buddy of ours, George Henderson, who we met in a mastermind group together. Uh, he and I have become very good buds and pals and close, and had never met until I was in Baltimore. I called going to Portland, Maine. I said, "Hey, I could come through Baltimore if I got a delayed flight. I get together." He made sure that whatever he had, and I know he had stuff going, but he changed it. When he pulled into the airport, he stops the car and jumps out, and we gave each other a bro hug like we hadn't seen each other in like 10 years, and we'd never met before. But it was like we recognized each other immediately. It was instantly getting in the car. We're babbling and BSing like two long lost brothers that hadn't seen each other for a while. We had never seen each other in person before. And that's the real key to that is that you can really develop relationships, and I just think it's important to do that. So great words on that. So Wes, parting words, and then we'll get out here to everybody. I'll let you have the parting words. Thank you for everybody. Thank you to everybody for just another great year of Building Wins Live and everything else. And we just really appreciate you. And come back, lots more coming. Wes, parting words, my friend.
We can't do it without you. We thank you for always watching. We thank you for suggesting guests. We thank you for the comments. We thank you for the shares. And we just thank you for being you. You make us better. And we try our level best to, kind of project that back out at you on each episode. So we thank you for joining us on Fridays, and we thank you for joining us on Mondays for the audio, because we do it for you, and we sit here and jibber jabber to each other, anyway. So if we can do it and kind of help other people build a win, and even if it's one person that gets something out of it, it was worth it.
Exactly. Well said, my man. Well, hey, enjoy, and let's keep doing what we do for another 20 or 30 years or whatever.
Yep, and have a absolute great Thanksgiving weekend of wins, my friends.
That's it. That's it. All right, buddy. Cheers, my man. Love you, brother.
Back
All right. That's it. There it is. Love what you do and do what you love. We already talked about that, but live it, love it, own it, and hey, go make today your best day ever. Till tomorrow.
Till tomorrow.
You know what I'm saying? He knows. He knows. All right. See you, brother.
All right.